Hey everyone, welcome back. If you are in the DFW North Texas area, it's been a little bit crazy today and last night. Let me show you what's kind of going on with my garden. So a huge storm came by. With tornadoes and ridiculous 80-mile-an-hour winds early this morning, and it definitely shook my garden. I think the best thing about having these planters right here is that they're removable. What I did when I first set them up is I secured this bottom part into the wood so that if it were ever windy, they can't blow away, but also so that I can lift this up and detach it and put it somewhere else. We'll start with this. I detached this at like 5 a.m. this morning because I was concerned for my flowers. As you can see, they're very tall and wind can easily break these, so I did not want anything to happen to them, so I just removed that from the top of the balcony and just placed it on the floor because this was less windy over here. My blueberry bush tree thing, I set her also down here. She was up there, but it was way too windy and I didn't want anything to happen to her, so I kind of just ran out here at 5 a.m. taking everything off the ledge of my patio and placing it here on the floor just to keep everything protected from the wind. Now the tomatoes on the trellis are doing great since I secured them very well. They have not been moving, and this trellis is very sturdy, so all the wind has really not affected them much. Let me see. Yeah, nothing's really wrong with them. They still have their flowers and everything, but yeah, they're doing good. The pond is still okay. Now I will say my cucumber plants are taking the most damage just because of how windy it is, and they were just now attaching themselves to the dang trellis, which is so annoying. So I went around with the tomato Velcro tape, kind of like Velcroing them slightly to the trellis so they don't move around so much. And I also started cutting off their leaves, their bottom leaves. The bigger the leaves, the more this plant's gonna move. So I cut off a couple just so that it wouldn't be so windy and thrashing around all over the place. Hopefully that doesn't damage them or put them into shock or anything, but I'm just trying to save them as much as I can, and by taking off those bigger leaves at the bottom, it's going to keep it a little bit more stable. But as you can see, it is pretty windy out here. Now I did have these, which are my sweet potatoes. It's so annoying because if you know sweet potatoes, they do not grow well in the cold. They don't grow at all in the cold. When I put them out here, it's been really hot, so everything was all good, but now you can see this cold is definitely getting to them. So what I did, they were a lot bushier. I did cut them down. I pruned them so that they would still have that inch to grow at the bottom, but I pruned off the tops and put them in a glass of water and set them on a heating pad in my house, just so that I can grow some roots just in case these do not survive. I can replant them because I did buy these starts from somebody and I don't want to repurchase them. So I just pruned them, propagated, and we will see how it goes. If these survive, great. If they don't, I have backups. I will have to start a little later in planting them, but it'll still be okay. My potatoes are still growing. They do well in the cold, and these are my normal tomatoes, so they'll be all right. There's nothing really happening. My tomatillo plants, I don't know, they're really skinny. So obviously I tried to secure them as best as possible, but God only knows if they're going to survive. Unfortunately, it's just the way it's working today. This wind is kind of atrocious. Again, more of my cucumber plants here. These haven't really been grabbing onto the trellis yet, but they are pretty tall. So I was securing these as well with Velcro. Everything else is pretty much okay. I mean, obviously it is kind of cold out here, and with this wind, it's not helping, but so far everything else has been pretty okay. But again, like if you do plant on like an apartment patio or whatever, definitely get these and make sure they're secured in, because you can easily take them off and put them back on. I think that definitely saved my flowers down here because they were so tall that they could easily break and bend. But I think I actually saved them putting them down here, which is great. And my blueberry plant. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you stay safe out there if you're in the North Texas area, and have a good day.